Do you do Pride?
I do Pride in my own way.
I don't do Pride, but why? Tell me why.
I just don't like crowds. I don't.
Yeah.
Like there's no parades.
Right. There's no parades.
Parades are scary.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I understand. Here's the thing. After coming out, I didn't come out till I was 30, and then after coming out, I have like Google alerts for myself, obviously. And I'm on these lists in these countries. It's like basically like lists of gay celebrities. Like,
really?
Like guess who's gay dot like we hate you .net or whatever.
Yeah.
And I understand pride because like I'm a terrified traveler. I will not go to your country unless you have a pride parade. I don't want to participate in the pride parade.
Right.
But you better show me a faggot with a shirt off on a float going down a
Although
busy
there are
street.
countries that are not friendly to gays, it's still also like a lot of both.
Well, I need at least that.
You need at least the pride parade.
You better. I want flag. Like show me that that he can safely make it from
also
one end of the street to the other.
Is it the same thing with a state? Like a state in the United States? Most of them have a pride parade.
Yeah. I guess they have a pride parade. I mean, the places I would. That's more a culinary thing. Like places I don't visit.
Right. That's true.
That's
true. I don't like parades either. The only thing I enjoy is every now and then a dyke march is kind of cool because they're frightening. And they you know what I mean?
But it's for the show. I understand it for the show. A show of safety, a show of support. I totally understand that.
Yeah, there was just an interesting interview with Richard Grenell. You know, he works for Trump. He's running the Kennedy Center. He's their gay.
Oh, he's their gay?
He's their gay.
They found a gay.
They found a gay who hates himself. And he said,
for the arts?
Normal gays don't like pride parades. And I was like, normal gays do.
Well, normal gays.
Abnormal ones do.
Normal gays don't program for Donald Trump.
Right, that's exactly right. So let's talk about the special because you talked about being raised straight when you came out in Rathaniel. And you talked about you kept part of your life secret. You said 30 years old.
Yeah. I'm giving like a rough estimate.
30, that's late.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So why so late?
I was scared of my mom. Kind of like it could probably be reduced to being that simple. Like when I came out, that was the biggest fear. It was also a change of perception. Something happens. I think if you wait, I think you can come out in like these windows. Like I think like when you're really young or like college is a chance to form a new identity. So you can come out then, and then like I kind of slipped into this thing where I moved to LA and I met all these new friends and close friends. And so now I've just been lying to them for years and years and years. So it was like, I want to tell you something, but I also don't want to tell you that I've been lying to you for this long. And then there's the religious fear, the fear of God's punishment, the fear of my mother as she represents God. All these things just like compounded and made me wait.
Your mother was what were you fearful of with your mother?
Judgment not being the person that, my mother's. My mother has the best idea. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Like I would love to be able to see myself as my mother sees me. She birthed a son that she prayed for, that she wanted, and he came, and she has nothing but the best hopes and wishes, and like has this beautiful idea. It's a really beautiful idea of like what her son is supposed to be and how he's supposed to be in the world. And I love most of it. Like most of it, I'd love to accept. Successful, happy. However, like being gay didn't align with that idea, and so I was afraid of shattering it. Like both for her, for me, it was a.
Was it explicit? Was gay explicit in
the
nose?
That kind of came with the Southern Baptist package, right?
And they're more aggressive than ever today, but they're trying to overturn the marriage. They're hoping to overturn gay marriage and overturn that case.
Yeah.
But the Baptists have said it explicitly when they had
that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, it makes sense from their perspective. Like, of course, they're like, Like,
it's always like they're just not going to stop.
Yeah.
But one of the things that you did though is you even though you came out then, you did drop breadcrumbs all over the place. It seems like to me, watching your stuff in 2015, you had your NBC sitcom, The Carmichael Show. Fourth episode was about a teenager coming out to you. First as gay, then as transgender. Your fictional parents in that show, Joe and Cynthia, same names as your real parents, by the way, handled the situation pretty well. So it was kind of like wishful
I was like writing
how you'd like them to deal
how
with
like
it.
The future to go,
you also made references in your 2019 home videos. talk about that. Were you consciously aware you were? I assume you were doing it.
Yeah,
on purpose.
well, home videos was like that. That was my soft launch, right? But it was I was so terrified. That was the whole reason I did it. I had just come out to my closest friends maybe like a couple weeks before
Which they knew, right?
Some knew, some were gracious, some were shocked. I got like a kind of
really?
like a range of reactions.
I got a lot of no shit, Sherlock, but go ahead.
Really? I'm having a soft launch where I built up enough courage to tell my best friend, and then I do this thing where like it's like a real floodgate type of mentality where I'm like, okay, well, now I guess I need to tell everybody in the world, starting with my mom. And I made this documentary. I went to North Carolina.
The reality show.
The before that, it was called Home Videos.
Right? Okay.
And that was where, it was all built around this moment in the living room where I was going to tell my mom, but I couldn't say I was gay. I couldn't. I think I was bi for like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay, right. I think I like.
Yeah. You know, I could go. No, I could go both ways. I could still have a wife.
I never do that.
Like lying to myself or whatever. But I was so nervous. I was just on the couch and like I framed it around. My mom had just gone through a lot and finding out about my father's like other family. So I was like having this heavy conversation with her, and like on top of that, it's like, and I hooked up with dudes before. It's like, and camera pans to her. And she's my mom is cool, unfortunately, and just like actually like cool,
right?
To the point of being cold.
Right.
Yeah. And she's like, that's your preference.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Oh, that's a killer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your preference.
Ice. Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah. So not a screaming kind of thing.
No.
Yeah, I got a screamer. But,
really?
Yeah. Which was easier, I suppose, in some fashion.
I've learned, I actually, like, I provoke arguments in my relationship because I think I associate, like, screaming with like truth. Like you can't people usually aren't like screaming a lie.
Right. Unless they're narcissists.
Maybe.
Right. So you does it strange to look back at those moments when you look at them?
Not strange. That was actually probably the beginning of, like, I can look back at those moments now knowing that I was doing the best that I possibly could. This is the best at the time. This is the best I could do at the time. This is as brave as I could be. This is the most I could say. And I can look back at it. Then what's more hard or what's difficult is looking back at like even like old stand-up before coming out, because I could see how much of it all was a performance.
Right.
Like I could see. So
you remember a joke that was?
Well, just I was doing, just jokes about like really like aggressive, like tearing down marriage. A lot of that was because of my parents and like seeing, the lies and stuff that my father told. But then also like a lie I was telling myself like made me very cynical and skeptical about marriage as an institution. And well, it's all built on lies anyway. And that's also, it's, you're in your 20s and you got all the answers. And so for different reasons, it's hard for me to look at that time in my life and go, with like pride and confidence. I wasn't recording any sets. I wasn't like posting anything online. Like I was like a club comic, just going up, performing my jokes, having this antagonistic exchange with the audience, and then I leave and go off to my own private life.
Did that make you a less good comic when you weren't yourself? Some people think that if you're not your genuine self.
Well, that's kind of, yeah. I think for me, yes. I think I found something in the truth and found something in revelation that was really necessary and not just cathartic, but necessary for the skill and the craft, like to be able to write uninhibitedly and to be able to like articulate a full experience, because I find that really rewarding. Things that I was hiding are actually what a lot of my act is about now. So for me, yes, I think there's some people who have built characters that are funny and it works, and like like Sebastian Maniscalco doesn't need to have like some type of like deep revelation about his relationship with his father, because like he's found like a stage character that works. Like I think there's a lot.
So you could do
Seinfeld, or like some like people that have found like a persona on stage that really
that's different.
Yeah.